Aloha guys, welcome to Healthy Ukulele. Hope everything is okay with you guys this morning. Thank you for joining. Today we're going to be going over what we've gone over on Tuesday, and that is the minor chords. The thing that we're doing differently though is last week I did not approach it this way, and I don't know why I didn't. But we're going to be doing an exercise before we get into the actual exercise. And that should help us kind of get a more solid understanding of where we are. We're going to give it about a minute for people to continue to join. And then we'll go ahead and get started. In the meantime, though, what we're going to do is kind of review a little bit of what we have already gone over. Okay, so what we did was, we looked at, last week we saw this exercise, right? Where we went up the fretboard in the key of C with our major 7. We descended in the key of F with our major 7, right? And this is all major 7, going up in B flat, descending in E flat, ascending in A flat, D flat. Then we had G, G flat, then B, E, A, D, and G. And of course that G descending would bring us back to where we started at C ascending. Now, you notice I had wrote that out for you guys and had you go, but the idea is I need you guys to understand how to see this without having a piece of paper like that. Right, like, and I gave you the option to snapshot that and try to draw it out. But this week we're gonna try to, because we've already done that and you have that, we're gonna learn how to make the chords from the original chord, and also we're gonna do an exercise to help us get it into our head at what that actually is. Okay, and so what we're gonna be needing today is this one. Right, you guys remember this thing? Where we had our major 7, our minor 7, our dominant 7, and our minor 7 flat 5, or half diminished, right? So these are our 4 types of chords that we're using as our chord extension pictures. Now, the second column is the one we're focusing on today, the minor 7 chord. Okay, so let's look closely at this. All right, now minor 7 chords. We have 4 pictures of them, right? So the first one is root on the first string, right? And that's that shape, right? So if I have my root on the first string and I'm trying to do a minor 7, in this case we're playing C, right? So C minor 7. Okay, that's my shape. Now the root on the second string, okay, looks like this. Right, in this case this would be a G minor 7 because that notes G, right? So G minor 7. Okay, if it's on the third string, then my picture looks like this. And in this case, this would be an E flat, right? E flat minor 7. Where I have that D minor 7 shape with that on top, right? And you can play it however you want, however you want to hold it. You can hold it like that if you want. But it's just that, and that. Okay? And then the top string, right, the 4th string, we have this picture where we hold the bottom 2, that, I hold it this way. In this case, we have B flat, right? B flat minor 7. Okay, because that's the root. So root on 1, straight line. Root on 2, right? Split apart. Root on 3, that D minor 7 shape, and root on 4 is that one. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna play a little game with this. Okay, so the idea behind this is that we're just gonna kind of I'm gonna show you guys a picture, right? Or I'll say a number, and you're gonna try to get your hand on there. I encourage everybody to participate. If you have if you're not afraid to put your camera on, you can go ahead and put your camera on, and try to follow along, because I'm gonna say like first string, and then you hold the root on the first string, third string, root on the third string. Okay, let's go ahead and try that. And I'm gonna show you this shot right here, because I'm gonna wait 5 seconds, and then I'm gonna give you the answer to it. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna go ahead and let me see. Here we go. Root on 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Root on 3 looks like this. Okay, now let's try root on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Root on 4. Okay, did you get it? Okay, root on 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Root on 2. Okay, and root on 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Root on 1 looks like that. Okay, did you get that? Okay, so now we know what the shapes look like, right? Root on 1, root on 2, root on 3, root on 4. Pictures. Root on 1, root on 2, root on 3, root on 4. Right? Now, if we understand that, all we need to know is how the octaves work. Right? So, and most of us know this already, because we've gone over the octave pictures before, but just in case, let's go over them again. All right, so let's just start with C, because most of us know where the C is, right? So starting with our C note, if I were to go here, my C is an open string, right? The open third string, and we count the strings the same way you would count elevator floors, right? From the bottom up. So the bottom string is actually this string right here. That's the top, right? So C would be right there, right? And let me go ahead and make this dot bigger. Let's grab that one. There we go. Okay. Now an octave from there would be skip a string and skip 2 frets. So the next C would be here. Okay, now from the first string, we're going to skip 2 strings and 1 fret. Takes us to the 4th string. There. Okay. And then from here, it's the same thing as it was on the 3rd string. We would go ahead and skip 1 string and 2 frets. Gives us that picture. Now from here, we're not going to skip any strings. We're just going to go up a string, and we're going to skip 3 frets between it. So it'll look like this. Right? And we're right back where we started on the third string. And so we could go one more and fill out the whole thing. You guys see that? So the distances are as follows, right? We would have from here, we skipped a string and 2 frets. Then we skipped a fret and 2 strings, string and 2 frets, went up a string and skipped 3 frets. And we're back where we started, right? And it continues as the circle of life, right? So hopefully that makes sense. Now, this is very important to know so we can see the layout of our chords. If we're starting at the circle of fourths, right, we start with C. Now, some would argue, well, because you're doing minor, you start with A minor and go around the circle of fourths in minor. But we're trying to memorize the order of circle of fourths. So we're just going to start with C and go around C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and so forth. That way we don't have to change that and confuse ourselves. Now, looking back at this picture, we can see all of our starting points. And that's why it was important to know where the root was, right? Root on 1, root on 2, root on 3, root on 4. So, in review, let's play our game again. Starting on 3rd fret, we'll just start right here, okay? Root on 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got it? Root on 1. Root on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Root on 4. Root on 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Root on 2. And 4. And finally, root on 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's the root on 3 look like? Okay, now since we know that, okay, if we're starting with C, that one there, how could I do my root on 3? I can't, right? Because it requires that, and then 1 back from there, and then this one. So I could play those 2 open, that open, but then I'd have to tune this string down a half step, right? And so that doesn't work. So I can't play this picture. Where's my next picture from the C? Remember what we did? Skip the string and 2 frets. There's my octave. So I'm here. This is the first string. Root on 1. Right. So from 1, there's my root. Okay. This is my first chord picture. Now from here, the octave goes skip skip 2 strings and 1 fret. Right. Same note. From here, I have root on 4, the 4th string. Here's my picture with root on 4. Okay. Then from here, skip a string and 2 frets. I have root on 2. Looks like this. Okay, root. And remember what we did. We skipped 3 frets, went up a string. We're back where we started. Root on 3, right? But now we can play it because we got these 2, that one, and that one. And this was root on 3, right? Okay, so now we've solved the first part of the equation, right? We know all the shapes. That's done already. And now we know how to find the octaves. How would we find the 4th? Because we got to go a 4th away, right? We went up in C. Now we're going to go down in F. So we went up in C minor 7. Now we're going to go down in F minor 7. So where would we find that note? Let's go back to our picture. Okay, so from here, right, this is the one I ended on, right? So a fourth away would normally be directly under. Remember that phone number 7362514, right? It would normally be there, but because this is the second string on the ukulele, what's our rule? We move up a fret, right? So that means that this would be where the F is. Okay, now here's the dilemma though. This is the 12th fret, correct? That's the 12th fret. So if I did root on 2, which looks like this, right? If I did that shape, then everything is past 12. That means I could have played that in the open position or in the first position, right? So I don't want to go with that one. I've already established that this is my root, but if this is the one and I'm trying to find 4, I can also go the other way. 7362514. That means 5 comes above 1. That means that this would be 5. Therefore, that is 4, right? And another way to find this would be looking at where we found our 4 and just thinking skip a string, 2 frets. Okay? So, let's look at this now. We have this, right? 4 is here. That's on the 4th string, right? So preceding that would be the 1st string. Preceding that would be the 3rd string, right? And then skip 3 frets, and we're at the 2nd string. Let's make that nicer. Oh, get on there good. Okay. Now, can you guys see that? What's the thing you notice? See that? It's right under there like that. Right? So wherever it is, you go to the one under it. Or, in this case, we went here. Right, so let's look at how this looks on our ukulele. Okay, we started off C minor 7. We went up to the next shape, right, which was there. Next shape, which was there. Next shape, which is there. Now from here, we went to there, right? It gives us F. F minor 7. So root on 4, picture looks like this. Octave back, it looks like this. Okay, now we're at F. From F, we're going to go a 4th away. A 4th away from F is B flat. It's right down here, right? That's root on 1. Correct. So root on 1. Right? See that? Root on 4. Okay. Root on 2. Root on 3. Now from here, I'm behind 12, so perfect. I can do my shape. This is a 4th away. Alright, so now I'm at E flat. E flat, right? Root on 2. Root on 4. Root on 1. Root on 3. Right? So 4th away would be here, or we said we can also go and And that's where that is too, right? So root on 4 gives us A flat, right? Then root on 2, right? Root on 3, root on 1. Now we're here. Okay, so now from here, right, we're looking at A flat minor 7. I'm on the first string now, right? So we could go like this. That's 5, that's 4, right? Or I could go here, right? The reason I wouldn't go here is because even though I'm playing this, right, like that, and this is on the 12th fret, right, that means I could play that here, right? So I would go from where we were there, right? Start off with the second string, 4th string, 1st string. Now, right from here, now I've got this root on 3, right? Gives me D flat, right? So now to go to G flat, a 4th away, would be there. 2nd string, right? And skip 3, 3rd string, 1st string, right? 4th string, okay, I got it. And that brings up my G flat, right? So the next one would be B, 4th away, 3rd string. Okay. Going backwards from here, right? 2nd string. 4th string. Right? 1st string. Now, check this one out. From here, where this is, that's B, right? E would be 5, 4 is open, right? Root on 2 looks like that, and there, so I just play that. See that? Because I'm actually holding this idea, right? It's that same shape, root on 2. So root on 3 would be skip 3 frets, first string, 4th string. Okay, and that was E. So now we're going to A, 4th away, right? That would be this shape here, right? Okay. Right? And there's my A, right? Now that 4th would be here. I can't go back that way, right? So I can't go back to that one where it would be 2 back, because this is open, is the A, right? But we do know that the next one would be there, because you'd be skipping 3 frets, right? So that gives us D. Okay, so from there, that's root on 3. Root on 1. 4, root on 2. And that's D minor 7. Now last but not least, we have G. That's the root. Okay. First string. Third string. Second string. Fourth string. Alright, and that brings me back to C, which I can't play here, so I go back to where we started. And that's the entire circle of fourths, using those pictures, being able to follow your way around, using the octaves and knowing the 4 shapes, right? Now, it's easy to figure this out as you're going through, but it has to become automatic, right? Which is why this has to be like, your brain has to go immediately, okay, a fourth away, a fourth away, a fourth away. Oh, how do I find the next picture? Okay, the octave, right? So we have to get this instantly in our mind. So we're gonna just go up in C together, right? And then I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys find the fourth, and then we're gonna go down in F. Okay, and we're gonna do this throughout the shapes, and we're gonna do it together. And so I encourage you guys to participate. Again, if you have your, if you're not afraid to put your camera on, go ahead and do it. If for some reason your camera doesn't work, or if you just don't feel like, you know, showing yourself, if you feel sick today, then you don't have to put your camera on. But, you know, try to do the exercise. Do the exercise. Actually, like, put your hands on here and follow through with this, okay? So, I'm going to call out the shape again, right? But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to say first string, and then I'll show you, and I'm going to say octave, and then I'm going to give you 5 seconds in between, and we're going to work our way up, same way we did with the test, okay? So, starting off, I'll give you the first position for free. We're on C, first string. Okay, next position, 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 was root on 4. Okay, next position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 was root on 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 root on 3. Right? So from here, we said we have to go a fourth away. This is where the root was. That puts everything past at 12, right? So we want to go to the next fourth. So how did we do that? 5, 4, right? And that's root on 4. How's that picture look? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, root on 4. Okay, next position, going backwards now. If this is 4, where's my next position? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's correct. Octave away, root on 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Octave away, root on 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Octave away, right? Root on 2. Okay. Now from here, that's as far back as we can go. So we're going to go to our next shape, right? If that's the root, and we're trying to get a fourth away from F to B flat, where's the fourth? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your fourth would be here, and that's the first string root picture. Okay? Right? Next shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right, root on 4. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Root on 2. Alright? From here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Root would go to the third string, skip over 3 frets, right? Right? Now, this was our final shape. Okay? So where would the root go? I could go back how we did the first time, or because we're behind 12, we can go here. Right? That's root on 2. What's root on 2 look like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And we're on E flat, right? So octave from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Octave would be skip a string and 2 frets. Right? 4th string. Okay, from the 4th, if I went back, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we would go, right? Skip a fret and 2 strings, bringing me to the 1st string. What's my root? That's the picture, right? And from here, 1st string, to find the octave, skip a string and 2 frets. Right, gives me the 3rd string, and the 3rd string shape looks like this. And that's E flat minor 7. Okay. So now we're here at E flat, right? And we know it's the 3rd string, so we can go here. But look, my octave tells me I've got it right here, right? A flat. So I can do that. 4th string shape looks how? Okay. Next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Root on 2. Okay, 5 seconds to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Root on 3. Okay. That's the root. Where's the next one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this is this, that's that, right? Root on 1. So from A flat, now we got to go to D flat, right? So we said we could do that, right? Or we could do that, right? But we're going to do this one. Okay, root on 2. How does that look? There you go. Okay, 5 seconds to find the root going backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. Root on 4. Picture looks like this. Okay. From here, skip 2 strings, 1 fret. Root on 1. Okay. Brings me to D flat. And it looks like this, right? Where we have that open, those two, and that. So I can just basically hold this. Gives me D flat, right? And then so, 4th away, root on 2. It's G flat. Root on 2 looks like this. Right? Go in, skip 3 frets. Root on 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Root on 1. That's the picture. Okay. From here, all right, 5 seconds. Root on 4. That's correct. There we go. Root on 4. From here, we go where? 4th away from this. That's right. Okay, 3rd string. 3rd string looks like this. And we're starting to see the pattern, right? We're going backwards. 3 frets over, root on 2. Skip. right? Now fourth would be, right? Open E. And remember that, right? We did like this. And that's root on 2. Okay, so if that's my root on 2, where's the next one? 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right, skip 3 frets, go up a string. Gives us our E minor 7 from here. Right? Now, there's the octave, root on 1. Okay, 5 seconds to the next shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fourth string. Okay, so from here, that's 4 shapes. Now we're going to go to the next one, right? Where's a fourth away from this? All right, right underneath it. Third string. Okay, now the octave there, we could go up, right, and do the shape here, but we're going to do that open. So this is going to be root on 3. Right, we just do it like that. Going down, skip 3 frets, root on 2. You guys remember that shape? Okay, 5 seconds, find the next shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fourth fret, right? Or fourth string, not fret. And then the octave would be, right, open first string, so that means that this is the shape. Okay, a fourth away from there would be there, right? Because octave, and then right below the 1 is the 4, so that's going to be my fourth. Okay, so here gives me third string shape. Okay, where's the next shape? Right, first string. Fourth string. Second string. Alright, that gives me that. And then a fourth away from there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go, G. Right? First string. Third string. 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Second string. And then, last but not least, that's right, open G, which would look like that, right? And then we're back to C. So if you followed along with that, right, you figured your way out through that. But also, now you're starting to learn how these things connect, right? Now here's the catch. Next week we're combining the other 2 shapes, right? We're going to be doing the minor 7 flat 5 as well as the dominant 7. And we have all the tools already to do those shapes. Why? If you guys remember the lesson last week, we looked at this, right? We start with the shape, right? Let's start with our major 7 shape. So, and I went over this with Mike, so you guys should probably know this one already, right? In fact, I think this was one of your questions last week, right, Mike? So here's my major 7 shape, right? What are the what are the notes here? right? We had the first one, right? That was 1. Right? Above 1 was 5. Right? That was 3. And this was 7. Right? So that's my shape. Okay, now watch this. To get our minor 7, all I did was flat 3 and 7. Right? So we moved that back to there. Okay, so since we know our major 7 shape and our minor 7 shape now, check this out. To get to a dominant 7, we play a major shape and flat the 7. Okay, from our minor 7 shape, to get to the minor 7 flat 5 shape, we just play our major 7 or minor 7 and flat the 5. Okay, that's the basics of it right there. That's how we got that picture. Now this was root on 1, right? There was our root on 1, major, minor. Okay, let's try root on 2. Right, who remembers what the root on 2 shape looks like? Right, let's do this. Let's move these out of the way. Here we go, root on 2, right? Root there, 3 there, right? 5 there, and 7 there. Now is our major shape, right? Our minor shape was to take the 3 and the 7 and flat those. We got that. So now I know my major shape and my minor shape. Major shape, minor shape. Okay, so watch this. From the major shape, if I flat the 7, I have my dominant 7 shape. Right, from the minor shape, I flat my 5, I have my minor 7 flat 5, or my half diminished shape. Okay, let's try the same thing with root on 3. Okay, move these out of the way. Right there. Okay, and then we have this. Root on 3. Alright, you guys remember what the major 7 shape looked like with the root on 3? 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay? So minor 7 was to flat the 3 and the 7. That's what today's shape was, right? That's how we got that shape. Or in this case, here, major 7 was like this, right? That's dominant 7. There we go. That's correct. Okay, now to make the dominant 7, we took our major 7 shape, flat the 7. Right? There's our minor 7 shape, flat the 5. Minor 7 flat 5. So we're going to get that for next week. Right? And last but not least, root on 4. Okay? Root on 4. Okay, we have this picture. So let's start with our minor shape, because we already know this one easy, right? Okay, that was today's shape. Last week's shape was that one, right? The major 7. So our minor 7 to flat the 5, we get that, right? And our major 7 to flat the 7, right? From here, or flat the 3. Oh, sorry. Stupid. There we go. That's how that goes. Right? Flat the 7, we get our dominant. Go back. And now we know our way around these chord pictures, right? So, and the same formula would apply. Where's the root? Find the root. What string is it on? Okay, so if I got the root on there, I play what picture? Major, minor, 7, right? And then I can start to find my shapes all over within the key, diatonically, right? What does that mean? C. What's the key of C? C, D minor, E minor, F major, G7, right? G dominant, A minor 7, and B half diminished, right? Those would be all those things, and we could find that using those methods. Now, I might be oversimplifying in the sense of looking at like, oh, okay, this is real easy once you get this down, right? But that's really all it is. You just have to get it to the point where you memorize these little blocks of things, and that can take a while. Trust me, it's not. I don't expect you to do this tomorrow. But if we can think it out, then we can practice it. If we can practice it, we can make it part of what we do. Okay, so hopefully that's easy to understand and not too hard. But I will see you guys on the next go round and try to internalize this. Okay, and next week we're going to be combining those two other shapes.